What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of PAPI TV. I am your belovedly handsome, stone cold looking host, PAPI J. Welcome back. Apologies for the absence. I was sick, terribly sick, dealing with some sinus, some congestion, and then I was dealing with some gum issues too. Man, like I do so much to take care of my teeth, and I seem to always have a fucking issue with something, and I just don't get it. But it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing really I can do. But overall, man, I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you kiss your mama, your dad, your sister, your brother, your kids, your grandparents, your friends. Hope everybody is in great health. Because that's the first thing that you need to take care of is your health. And the reason I say that is I'm actually on a fitness journey right now. Shout out to Daniel. We're getting to it. The goal is to get to the weight of get to 200 pounds or less. I weighed myself. I didn't think I was that heavy, but goddamn, I definitely am pretty heavy. But the goal is to get to 200 pounds, and we're going to get there. And obviously by sticking to the plan, but shout out to Daniel. Besides that, man, still, I'm going on 2 months without a full-time job. So I'm going on 2 months. And it's definitely been a hell of a journey, man. This is the first time I've gone without a job for this long, but it's actually given me great time to kind of just explore with content creating and just do things like, go thrifting, sell little things here and there. And it's been great with that, finding cool pieces that I get to stay with, like, this fisherman vest patched up that I have on. It's pretty cool, as you can see, pretty cool. So it's been cool. It's been cool making a little side money on with that, and also working at JD Sports as a part-time. It has been pretty cool. Met a few people, and I'm blessed to have a part-time job because there's people out there who don't even have a job. So yeah, man. Again, thank you guys for coming back. We got a lot to catch up on. I know last episode we spoke about mental health and making sure you're taking care of yourself, because that's the most important thing. You come first, and then everything else comes later. But yeah, man. Back to the podcast. Make sure to follow me and Era, Lucky View Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on IG at Lucky View Podcast, because we're consistently doing our thing on there. We're trying to pick it back up again. But a couple things that happened within the last 2 weeks. We had some cool releases. The Shattered Backboard ones, which dropped recently. We also had the French Blue 12s, the Undefeated 4s. We had a plethora of stuff that released within the past 2 weeks, which is pretty cool. I got my hands on the Shattered Backboards because they're sitting. And hey, I'm mad. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't mad. Give me all the Shattered Backboards. I might have to double up on those. But when it comes to the French Blue 12s, I mean, I looked at them. They're nothing like the original when it comes to colorway. I feel like the original was a little bit lighter. But overall, the sneaker is not bad. Like, it's really not bad. I've just never really been a fan of 12s unless it's like the flu game, like the OG colors, like the flu games, or the Cardinals. Like, those are pretty cool, but I just never been a fan. But taxis, of course. But I'm thinking about it. I might get a pair just to have in the collection, but we'll see when we get there. But the Shattered Backboards was definitely a pair I had to get. That was not even a question to be had. There was no reason to even question getting those shoes, but I got those. What else? Those Adidas Jellyfish, the Pharrell joints, those dropped too. $300 retail. That's pretty steep. I was thinking about going for them. I thought about it 100%. I thought about it many times while the draft was happening. Not the draft, the draw was happening, and I just couldn't do it, man. $300 is a little too steep for a pair of shoes, at least from my opinion. So I kind of just held back on them. Didn't really go for them, but it's cool, man. I mean, there's other colorways that are going to drop. Maybe I'll change my mind when that happens, but for right now, I think I'll just hold off. But yeah, man, a bunch of other cool sneakers dropped. New Reeboks by the artist. I forget his name. I'm terrible at this. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull up his name. He's a dope artist. I think he's really cool. I love his aesthetic. I love his aesthetic. I love the way that just everything goes. The Chuku. Hold on. Sorry. The Chuku Abuo. The Chuku Abuo Those just recently dropped as well. I think they're pretty dope, very bulky. But I think overall, I think they're pretty cool. You just kind of check. Oh, can you see it? Okay, it's not letting you see, I think. But overall, it's a pretty cool shoe. It's bulky, just like any other of the bulky shoes that are coming out. Um, Besides that, man, it's just a lot of shit going on in pop culture right now. That it's just like, what are we even doing, right? I saw that the new fashion trends that are going around right now in Atlanta, talking about the skirts and them just doing their thing with the skirts. Hey, man, listen. Fashion is just like music, in my opinion. Fashion is subjective. Everybody dresses however they want to dress. I don't look. I don't tell how people. I don't tell people how to dress. What my preference is, my preference. I like what I like. As you can see, what I'm wearing. Like it's just, it is what it is, right? I don't. I do not judge on people on what they dress. However, I will flame your ass. Like that's my thing. I will flame your ass. I don't judge you because you're allowed to self-expression. Express yourself when it comes to how you want to dress and what you want to wear, right? But I will flame your ass. That's one thing I will fucking do. I'm gonna flame you because if you're my friend and you're wearing a skirt, get ready for a roast fest. But I mean, it's I mean, it's cool. I mean, they've been doing it already for a while. I mean, Kanye was doing it during the whole, like, I think the My Twisted Fantasy thing. He was wearing like those leather skirts. ASAP Rocky was doing it. Young Thug did it. So it's not new, right? And it also has a rich heritage behind it. Vikings used to wear. Was it Vikings? The Vikings, I mean, the Irish wear skirts when it comes to like their traditional holidays. I could be wrong. Fact check me. But yeah, man, fashion is subjective. Everybody's doing their own thing. I mean, see a lot of new, you're starting to see a lot of old aesthetics come back to light as well. Like the early 2010s, maybe mid 2010s, like almost like that. What is that called? Damn, I forgot the name of the type of style, the swag boy style, starting to kind of make its resurrection, which is also cool. I mean, that time was pretty dope. Mixing the skateboard with preppy swag and adding a little bit of that urban culture was super dope. I mean, I did it. I think everybody did it. We all hop on trends when it's dope. I think now as I'm older, I don't really try to hop on trends as much. I really just try to stick to like what I like and what I want to wear. But yeah, man, to those wearing skirts and shit, do your thing, man. Shake that ass if you have to. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but do your thing, man. I ain't judging over here, but I will flame your ass if I ever see you in public. I'm just saying. Couple other things. What else we got on the agenda? We got Cardi B in court this week. I don't know over what. I think it's over some security guard shit. Something happened. I got to get the backstory on it before I really delve into that a little bit more specific. I mean, we'll probably talk about that on the podcast, and make sure to tune in on that. But we'll talk about that there. There was a lot of new music that released. You had Mariah the Scientist, who dropped a new album, which is pretty good, pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It I guess I'm still trying to get used to that type of R&B bag. But overall, I think the album was pretty solid. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Solid album. Great vocals. Ideal features. But overall, great album. What else? Who else dropped an album? Oh, Lupe Fiasco dropped an EP, 5-song EP. I personally think that was 5 out of 5 in my personal opinion. Great EP. Super dope. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I wasn't expecting it, not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, I wasn't expecting to be blown away. But again, Lupe is probably one of the most talented lyricists, artists. His production is it just doesn't miss, right? And I enjoyed every moment of it. From the intro itself, it drags you in. The melodic the melodic undertone and the vocals from the singer on the hook is just, it's almost soothing. And man, I loved every part of that first record. And then it just leads you on a journey for the next four songs after that. And again, like I said, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I think it was a great project. Shout out to Lupe for that. Who else? Who else? Doja Cat dropped a single. I think it was pretty cool. I think it seems like she's starting to get back into her pop bag, which I'm all for it. I've been a Doja Cat fan for a while now. I loved when she did her pop album, and then I loved when she did her rap album. I think Doja Cat, if not, she is the best female rapper out right now, hands down. Like, I'm not like it. You could probably put Doche up there. I love Doche. I think she's super dope, but I still think Doja Cat is way better than her. I think Doja Cat's better than Cardi. But that's just, again, these are just my preferences, and that's just how I look at it. But I am super excited for Doja's album. It's gonna be great. I already know that for a fact. Who else dropped? I feel like somebody else dropped this week. It's just, I try to keep up with all the music, but it's just so difficult. It's just so much music drops, so much music drops. Let me see. Album wise, oh, it looks like Eminem dropped his Stands official. Oh, that's another thing. He had some unreleased records on there, which was pretty dope. But yeah, if you didn't know, Eminem dropped a documentary that was in theaters a few weeks ago. It was only for a weekend, but I think you can watch it now on YouTube. And I heard it's really, really good. Chance the Rapper dropped. That's who I missed. Chance the Rapper and Offset dropped. I'm not an Offset fan, so I'm not really gonna speak on Offset. Never been a fan. But Chance the Rapper dropped. They said this is his comeback album after his last album that did pretty terrible. I'm gonna be honest. I was a fan of Chance during the coloring book era. I think he was destined to be one of the better artists during that time. Put out that album. Hey man. Hey man. It is what it is. I mean, it is nothing that you could do. Everybody has a moment in time where they just don't strike gold, and that just wasn't the album for him. But I heard it's a good album. I'm gonna give it a listen. I have to give my true indeed musical ears a go for that album. And another album that dropped, Tiana Taylor, man. That Tiana Taylor album is really, really good. 8 out of 10 for me personally. It's almost like it's definitely a story. There's a lot of spoken word in the album, a lot of like certain skits in throughout the whole album. But my favorite record is Hard Part with Lucky Day. I mean, what else is there to say? Lucky Day, I feel like doesn't miss personally, in my opinion. But great album. I definitely suggest giving that a listen. So for me personally, the better better projects that dropped this weekend is Tiana Taylor, Mariah the Scientist, Lupe Fiasco, and Chance the Rapper, which everybody is saying is really good. So I gotta give that a listen. But besides that, man, in other news, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Drake, man. Drake, what happened, man? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. It's just a lot of shit going on with the whole Drake and Kendrick debacle. They said that Drake was at family court. Academics is out here saying what he needs to say. He's feeling some type of way about a lot of shit that Drake is doing. Him putting out a episode with Bobby Altoff, a new podcast that she's doing. And honestly, I'm just like kind of like over it. But I mean, it kind of falls back into what Joe was saying. Do I agree with Joe? Not maybe like 10% of the time, not all the time. But Joe was saying that he feels like Drake trying to come onto hip hop media. It's just not. Nobody really wants him. I disagree. I think him saying that he will never have Drake up there for an interview is almost like hypocritical, because he spent majority of his early podcast career trying to get Drake up there for an interview. But I mean, it is what it is. I think if we don't talk about Drake, things are not exciting or they're not fun, and that's cool too. But I mean, I'm just waiting for the album to drop. I know I got a little bit of pushback on my opinions on Drake and the state of his music lately. And I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just my personal opinion as a Drake fan. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want with no remorse, because that's just how I am. Because you gotta say how you feel. But overall, I mean, it's supposed to be that way, right? You're supposed to feel excited for an album to drop. I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope there's a bunch of bangers on there so I can bump it in the gym. But overall, yeah, man, it's I don't know what's going on with this whole Drake thing. I'm trying to stay out of that. I don't want anything to do with that shit. I don't want that to be my main focus as a Drake fan on this channel. So when we get there, we get there, and if we have to speak about it, we'll speak about it. Um, what else? Oh, footy has started up again. If you don't know, there's a few games. I think the start of the season was 2 weeks ago while I was sick. Yeah, start of the season was 2 weeks ago while I was sick. Barcelona has won their last two games, so shout out to Barca, Visca Barca. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Man United was just eliminated from the Carabao Cup, Carabao Cup, something like that. I think am I saying that right? Carabao. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get this right. Carabao. Carabao. Yeah, Carabao Cup. Yeah, Carabao Cup. They lost to Grimsby Town, a fourth division team, in penalties, 12-11. Now, hear me out. I'm never one to really shit on teams. That's not my job. That's more of my boy Carbs. That's his job. But I mean, I don't even know what's going on with Manchester United. I mean, growing up and watching footy from the early 2000s all the way till now as an adult, Manchester United has always been probably one of the more dominant English teams in the Premier League. Within the last maybe 5 years, maybe a little longer, could be wrong. Fact check me if you can. They just haven't been to competing level. They just not up there with the rest of the teams like Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea. Like they're just not competing at that high level. And they've gone through many managers, they've gone through players, and there's been players that left because they were unhappy. And my question is kind of like what is the actual root of everything? They've lost money. They've had to let go of people because they just weren't earning enough revenue. It's just I feel like there's just a lot going on that's not being talked about, which is I understand they're gonna go ahead and try to make sure that they keep everything under wraps and deal with things internally. But Man U right now is kind of looking like the laughing stock of the football world, and it sucks. It sucks when they have some decent talent on the team, some great talent, some names on there, but it seems like they can never get to the end goal. They can never get that W when it's needed. It seems like they're always one step behind when it comes to a lot of shit. But I mean, it is what it is. Overall, I mean, Manchester United fans, I hope you guys end up getting some type of change soon, or something happens soon where there's a complete gutted when they completely gut the whole team or the whole franchise itself, and just start from ground zero to kind of build from there. But yeah, footy has definitely started. We are excited for that. And yeah, man. And just to leave it on this, couple video games that are dropping that I'm super excited about. Um, so Gears of War dropped for the PlayStation 5. If you guys do not know, there will no longer be any more game exclusives between PS5 and Xbox. It just basically be you can buy the game and play it on either console, which I think I guess the exclusives kind of like gave some type of favoritism to certain consoles, which is understandable. But I think overall, if we're being honest, I've always thought the PS5 was the more dominant console. I used to be an Xbox kid. I grew up as a Nintendo kid, but I've always felt like the PlayStation was always the dominant console out of all of them. But obviously with the exclusives, you always fell between like, what do you prefer better, the PS5 or the Xbox? And I used to have the Xbox One, and I loved it. I'm a Gears of War kid. I played 1, 2, 3, and I was always just a fan of the series. And now that it's finally, I think it's called Gears of War Reloaded. It's basically the first one, just once again, just being revamped for the consoles, and I'm excited. I'm excited to play it. I'm gonna buy it. It's only like $40 plus tax. But back to raging, back to them screaming nights that I had with my boy Tony, Johnny, and Carbs. Those nights were just hilarious, and hopefully we could bring it back. So Carbs, hey man, let's get the squad back together, man. Let's do what we got to do. But yeah, Gears of War Reloaded is dropping. Then you also have there's a new Silent Hill coming out, which I think comes out at the end of the year, next year, if I'm correct. I think it's next year. Resident Evil drops is coming out. Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil 9. I'm super excited for that game. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan as well. I've played all of them. What else? EAFC 26 is coming out. They definitely nerfed a lot of things that we were all complaining about. Time finishing, fucking hate that. Stupid as hell. Fucking Travella shit. They had to fix a lot of this stuff. But overall, these are the few games that I'm excited for: Gears of War, EA, FC 26, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and obviously the new Pokemon game that's coming out. I'm super excited for that. Once again, I'm a Pokemon fan. I played all the Pokemons that there is imaginable, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a very expensive holiday. I'll put it that way, with all the video games that are coming out. And video games are not $50 no more. You're looking at $70, $80 now. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, ain't no fucking way. But we're gonna do what we have to do to make sure that we enjoy those games. And shout out to all the gamers out there who really put their blood, sweat, and tears, especially trying to complete all the achievements to get the goals and all that extra stuff. But yeah, man, thank you for tuning in to episode I think we're on episode 5 or 4. I don't know. We're on an episode. But thank you for tuning in once again, man. I'll be back next week to chop it up, talk about a couple things. But please make sure to kiss your mom. Please make sure to kiss your parents, your grandparents, your kids, your siblings, your friends. Give them all a hug, a kiss. Tell them you love them. And yeah, hope everybody is doing well. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Be safe. Peace.